Crustle is here. This is the top 4 list from the Champions League IHE tournament. Back when the results first were published, this list was not available, but since then it has been published, and this is what it looks like. Super straightforward. It's all about the Crustle. With a mysterious rock-in ability, you prevent all damage done to Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX. Obviously, that counters a lot of the metagame, the main players of the metagame, but a lot of those decks still have ways around it. And we have the Ascension Dwebble to be able to go into Crustle immediately. Now we do have triple Munkidori to help heal and help Crustle deal extra damage at different points in time, and we have Psyduck to help deal with those pesky Dusknoir and Dusclops, which of course give this deck potentially a lot of trouble. Klefki does stop the Psyduck, but hopefully Crustle is a lot harder to deal with for Charizard, like multiple Crustle, than for something like Dragapult, for example. Now, our engine will be 4 Arven, 4 Boss, 2 Crispin, 2 Lillies, 2 Iono, 2 Colress Tenacity, 1 Lancet, and 1 Xerosic, which combines with Iono in case we get into a stalemate. We can win the deck out war that way. Now, 2 big things that I think are missing here, that I'm very surprised are not included, all right? We have 4 Arven and we have 3 tools. I do think a technical machine Energize would be worth it in the deck, even if just to establish like your double monkeys at some point, or even having triple monkey could be good, similar to the Kangaskhan Ice Cream deck. More Ice Creams is something that I'm surprised we're not playing. Secret Box has the ace spec. That sort of makes sense. We're trying to get the most consistency possible, but with double Colress Tenacity, I'm very surprised we don't have 1 copy of Reversal Energy. I've definitely found that to be super useful in a pinch, right? When the aggression can somehow control what your opponent's trying to do. It also works well with the Jumbo Ice Cream. So Reversal Energy is something that with 2 ways to search for it, I'm surprised is not included. But of course, we do have Triple Mist to help with any sort of effects like Absol's attack and Alakazam as well. We also have a copy of Jet Energy for any trapping shenanigans. Make sure we can continue the aggression. Then a bunch of one-offs, 1 Ultra Ball, 1 Nest Ball, 1 Poffin, 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Earthen Vessel, and 1 Energy Switch for a potential surprise double or triple Munkidori, if you will, or even single Munkidori while still attacking when our opponent might think that we are not able to do that off of a Crispin. So pretty cool techie cards there. We also have a copy of the Practice Studio to deal 10 more damage for our stage 1 Pokemon, 130 hits. Koraidon hits Raging Bolt, so some key Pokemon as well. Yeah, that's the Crustle deck that got top 4. It's very unique in some things, very standard in others. So let's jump into some games and see how the deck fares in the ladder. We did mulligan, so our opponent very well knows what they're up against. We have a copy of Monkey, we have Xerosic, which, like I said, in case you get into those stalemates, it can be crucial. Wow, very bad hand for my opponent. Great opportunity for us. We do find the Arven, which is pretty great. So I'm definitely looking into Secret Box to give me the possibility of Crispin next turn, right? Crispin next turn seems pretty important. I'm gonna get rid of these 3 for now. Let's grab a Crispin for next turn. Let's grab Poffin as well. Let's grab these 2. Maybe I don't need Poffin actually. Well, with the Artisan, like I'm not gonna bench anything this turn, I don't think. Well, if they go boss, I have the Air Balloon, right? So maybe it is worth it. Never mind. I'm just gonna get double Dwebble. My opponent is playing Psyduck themselves, so we shouldn't expect Dusknoir from them. I'm hoping, right? I'm hoping. And yes, there's definitely people who don't respect Cornerstone. And I mean, like, it makes sense, right? It's not that they're disrespecting Cornerstone. It's just like, Cornerstone is such a small part of the metagame, right? It's not a main deck. So it's like a percentage of a percentage. Some Mega Absol decks, for example, stopped running Cornerstone at some point in the metagame. So, like, you're essentially making a bet. A bet that... Crispin goes away. You're making a bet that your opponent will not have... wow, I got the other Crispin, crazy. You're making a bet that your opponent will not have Cornerstone in their deck, right? So first you need to be paired against someone that plays a sort of deck that plays Cornerstone. Anyways, yeah, I feel like it's a fine bet to make, if you will. And there we go. Yeah, we just win this game by, yeah, by my opponent dead drawing. So yeah, I think like for a regional, it's fine to disrespect Cornerstone depending on like previous tournaments if you study the metagame and whatnot. For a league up or a league challenge though, I mean, if you don't have any information, I wouldn't disrespect Cornerstone because the field is a lot more concentrated. If you have information on what your opponent's decks will most likely look like, then you can make a more educated guess on whether you need to gun for Cornerstone a lot more, or if you just need to forget about it, yeah, and just completely disregard it. Okay, decent-ish hand. The Colress does allow me to grab Artisan, which is nice. I'm wondering if in the future Colress could potentially become so popular or so good, like if we get some really good stadiums or some really good special energies, that Colress becomes a staple, that Kyurem actually makes a comeback into the metagame. I'm wondering that. All right. So we start Dwebble, my opponent thinking very hard on what to do here. We see a Duskull, we see the Nest Ball, or Fanrotom. Okay, so is it Mega Lopunny then? I mean, that was a Pidgey and double Hoot. And a Fire. Okay, so it seems like it's Charizard, not that thing. Now, the big issue here for me is, well, that my hand's just not that great. I will need to establish Psyduck to protect myself here. Right. We'll need to Arzon for the Psyduck. I'll go ahead and Ascension. They choose my follow-up. My follow-up is just not good. Like Colress, after turn 1, Colress gets much weaker if you don't play like Town Store or other things like that, or other powerful stadiums, which right now there aren't that many. So my opponent goes Jet into the Fanrotom. They don't have a Terra. They go for the Charmander. That's fine. And they go for the Assault Landing. So what I'm thinking here is establish Munkidori. I like establishing the Munkidori and attaching to it. That inadvertently protects my Crustle, whilst also threatening... I mean, I could threaten the Pidgey. But I kind of like threatening the Duskull instead. Not super convinced about this, but it is what it is. Now, we know my opponent doesn't have... Well, they could have Rare Candy Charizard, and then they finally activate the Noctowl. I don't think I want to play anything else here, but we'll see. Well, I mean, clearly I didn't play anything else. Could be punished by it. Like, I was thinking Colress to just keep thinning, especially in case I get Iono'd. We see the attach. We're just gonna see the Assault Landing. Yes, okay, that's great, actually. So now I am more than happy to establish another Munkidori and then go Colress or another Darkness Energy. I want to keep the Vessel available just in case it matters in the future. And then now Fanrotom is only dealing 10 damage each turn. And honestly, I kind of like KOing the Pidgey. I will activate Fez, which is a little annoying. So I think, okay, I'd rather deny the Pidgeot and then threaten. I'm not even gonna fully heal. I'm gonna threaten. Even Dusclops next turn is threatened. right? Because I have 60 on. Well, I would have more than that. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. What I did doesn't make much sense. All right, they can Artisan for an RPG. I can just knock it out immediately. We'll see. Of the Colress, maybe I should have grabbed the Artisan again. Yep. Maybe that's what I should have done. Okay, maybe that's what I should have done. And then my opponent immediately plays Dawn. I will get them the Terrapagos, the Noctowl, and the Charizard. They go for Dusclops instead of the Noctowl. Oh, they already have Noctowl, never mind. Okay, so they will be able to go Counter Catcher KO one Munkidori, which is definitely annoying. They could also go after the Psyduck, which I don't think they should. But yeah, I definitely misplayed by going for the Practice Studio instead of the Artisan. I would be able to get double Munkidori anyways. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. I could have had my Crustle healed a lot safer from the possible Charmeleon, right? Which is the only thing that I'm seeing could maybe threaten me. Seems like these decks, I mean, I feel like you really need to play Chi-Yu right there. Oh, okay. They're gonna go Fez. That doesn't seem great. Fez KO Psyduck, because it's the only thing they KO, means I still knock out your Dusclops, right? Yeah, I mean, it also indirectly protects the Pidgey, I guess. I could find a supporter like Arven, that would be fantastic. I mean, Crispin's pretty good. Crispin lets me attack this turn. And yeah, like, I don't mind if my Munkidoris go down. I don't want... I need my Crustle to survive, right? That's like my main plan. And that's down to 4 prizes. What do I get off my prize cards? Arven, okay, ooh. I'm not gonna play it now. Like, I didn't know that was gonna be my prize card, obviously. Had I known, probably would have gone after the Pidgey and then gone Arven, Stretcher. Well, no, then the Psyduck just goes down, right? If I play the Practice Studio, what did they get rid of? The Terrapagos, probably. So I think I'm just gonna keep it for now. I'll go Superb Scissors. Okay. I can chase down the Fez at some point eventually as well. They are down no counter catchers or anything. Charmeleon is the most threatening Pokemon right now, of course. I would not be surprised to see like Iono retreat 80, but then the Charmeleon goes down. If they don't Iono this turn, specifically, getting the Luxurious Cape onto a Crustle seems very key. Very, very key. Okay, they go Candy and Stretcher. There's the Pidgeot. Okay, so they're gonna... No, they can't attack with Pidgeot. Wait, why would you retreat into Pidgeot? Okay, and flip the script was the last thing they did. That's really bad. Oh, they have Prime Catcher. Okay, okay. True. They still should have drawn with flip the script in the beginning. That was probably a mistake. Okay. No Duskull means I don't need to prioritize the Psyduck, but I don't think it would be a bad idea to get it. Okay, so I have back-to-back bosses orders. You really have nothing for the Crustle here. They're down their Prime Catcher. If I don't take a prize card, they can't counter Catcher. So if they Iono, they're not doing anything. I'm gonna just attack into the Charizard. It's gonna be the plan. I want to leave Secret Box in the deck for later. So let's get back the Psyduck. Like, I could establish double Munkidori again, but I kind of like protecting the Psyduck a little bit more. Should I be attaching more energy? Probably not. Okay, so I have double boss in hand and I can win with boss. So single Crustle might carry this game. The maximum damage they can do is 80. Maximum they can actually do here. Not playing Super, right? It's just the one recovery. Yeah. Okay, so they go boss the Psyduck. If they do this without any Duskull, I am perfectly fine. Okay, we get to KO the Charizard. And that's when they'll probably Iono me. Otherwise, I just win with boss. Well, I can counter catcher this turn too. Well, but I don't need to. I think this turn it's gonna be Zerosic, right? Yeah, just force them to get rid of resources. I get rid of some resources. I mean, having all these costing effects in hand into the incoming Iono is probably not great. But they did discard an Iono just now. Counter catcher KO Feds, is that bad? I mean, do I want to thin the earth? Like, do I need energy for anything else? That's the question. I feel like I'm missing something. But just take the knockout. So one play they could do, I guess, now that I think about it, is they could evolve into Charizard. Wow. I had 2 bosses prize, I think, and a Pokégear. So now I have, yeah, if they Iono, I have no ghosting. Basically, I have 1 boss. The one play they could do is evolve into Charizard, power up the Pidgeot, and go counter catcher, KO Munkidori, discarding the stadium, discard Munkidori. Okay, I get a Pokégear. But I know 3 of my boss's orders are at the very bottom of the deck. How many cards was it to the bottom? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards to the bottom. 10 cards to the bottom. So I have a 27 card deck effectively. In order to get this going. So they found Super Odd. They have Poffin for the Duskull. So 130 plus 80 is 210. That's not enough. That's the maximum damage they can do. Okay, so Lana's Aid. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I don't want to get into a messy situation, so I'm gonna bench this Psyduck, but I'm going to attach the Dark to it. I'm not going to bench the Munkidori because that would give them multiple prizes available, right? Like that could give them 3 prizes off the bench, which I don't know if they have enough costing effects to pull that off. They're down boss and prime, but just in case, there's no need. Yeah, clearly I don't need double Munkidori right now to heal. They're not doing any damage to me. I'm not in any sort of threat. So I could have benched the Psyduck and benched the Munkidori, but I don't know how many costing effects. And they could have like counter catcher boss. I don't know. Maybe they probably don't have enough, actually. But if they KO Psyduck, then Dusknoir KOing something on the bench could be a problem. Okay, so they commit to the Charizard. It's gonna commit energies to the board. Now their only attacker for Crustle is Fanrotom. Gonna retreat. And then they think. So that pause right there is bad. Like, well, I don't know. Like that pause doesn't feel good on their part. Oh, sorry, that's not a retreat. Never mind. That was quick search. So there's the other boss. Goodbye, Psyduck. So that's 2 boss and prime catcher down. I can't imagine them having too many left. And I didn't play the Pokégear. Like, Pokégear into boss could have been game, but they don't threaten game anytime soon. So I'm not in any sort of rush at this point. And there we go. I get a card that shuffles my deck, and that means now all 4 bosses orders are live in the deck, and possibly even like Arven for Secret Box next turn. But there's the boss. Yeah, so I think waiting there made a lot of sense. And we get the win. Pretty nice. Pokégear into boss, into the win. Single Crustle carrying the team. Honestamente, o algo que sea muy... Si nada me gusta o nada, con nada me siento muy cómodo, algo que sea demasiado bueno. O sea, algo tier 1, que sepa que el deck es muy fuerte y con decisiones fuertes, eso me va a ayudar. E intento pues estar muy cómodo con ese deck, tener experiencia con ese deck para tomar buenas decisiones. En lo ideal es un deck fuerte que además me da confianza de que corre bien y tiene buenos matches. Así es como decido. Mientras sea tier 1, tier 2, creo que vale la pena. Alright, so we're up against probably Goldengo, I want to guess. That we're up against Goldengo. I'm not entirely sure, but the MMW, thanks so much for the follow. Old Mac Raw Dog as well, thanks so much for the follow. You're new to the game, looking for new challenges after becoming national champion in backgammon? Nice. You reached 1530 rating in TG Live after 7 days of play. That's pretty cool, Tulipan. That's a very good rank for 7 days of play. I think you'll enjoy the Pokemon trading card game in that regard. Okay, we're gonna go Colress, Artisan, and the Mists. I prized 1 Grass and 2 Dark. That's not great. Alright. This might be a game where I need like multiple Munkidori more than multiple. Like I'm probably gonna need multiple Munkidori to protect my Crustle as opposed to multiple Crustle to survive the pressure. If it's Goldengo and it doesn't have a counter. I love backgammon Tulipan actually. Like I used to play it a lot with my dad as a kid when we were on vacation. I love backgammon, so that's pretty cool. Congrats on being national champion. I am also national champion, but of the Pokemon trading card game. I won national twice. I haven't won an international yet. I've gotten 2nd place in 2017 and 3rd place. I haven't won Worlds, but I've gotten multiple top cuts along with 3rd place. But yeah, a few decent results. All right, the opponent goes into the gimme goal. Will start to pressure with the Soul Rock. Understandably so. I wonder what sort of, like, they might have Munkidori. That's a lot of energies gone already. To the Genesect. Just gonna see the Cosmic Beam, I'm guessing. So my next, I definitely think I need to protect the Crustle for sure with the Luxurious Cape. I think that's pretty crucial here. So 70 damage. I could also Crispin Jumbo Ice Cream, honestly. That also seems pretty good. I don't hate that whatsoever. I top deck a Crustle, so I'm gonna establish a Dwebble. Like if they came 1 Dwebble, it's fine. I just need them to not take the 6 price card, right? So my Crispin Ice Cream or Arven plus Tool. I actually really like Crispin Ice Cream, so I'm just gonna go for that. It will cost me a Dark Energy on the active. I mean, I could just leave it here, but then if they have Vitality Band, Premium Power Pro, and Soul Rock again, they could knock me out. So Jumbo Ice Cream it is. And we'll go Superb Scissors for the knockout. Yeah, at this point, I have to imagine my opponent whatever cornerstone counter they have, it's not Megalopony, because Megalopony counters Crustle, but it doesn't. I mean, it counters it to an extent too, because like, if you have the tool, 160 damage is a lot, but then you can, if you have Ice Cream and Munkidori, and you put yourself out of range, right? And you hit them for 120. So there's merit to, I don't know. It's not like super clear cut in that sense. Okay. I went into the Golden Go. They grabbed the Soul Rock. So, I mean, they could just choose to go after the Dwebble or the Munkidori. Completely understandable if they go for either. Completely understandable. Probably, this is probably a 1 Crustle game. I don't know if I'll have enough energy to power up 2. Here's the Golden Go. Another coin bonus, so a lot of draw, that's fine. Earthen Vessel. Is it correct to go first 99% of the time? No, Tulipan. There's many decks that, like the one I'm using, for example, to choose to go second, because you get the benefit of attacks like Ascension. You get to play a supporter, right? You get the benefits of attacks like Itchy Pollen from Buddy. So there's specific decks, especially ones like right now, ones that play Fan Rotom, for example, that really want to go first. Some of the Solrock Lunatone decks want to go first. And then most others like Charizard, Pidgeot, etc. They want to go second. You know? Because you get the benefit, like having a churn of item plus supporter is just so much more, and attack is so much more powerful than just item or just, you know, item with no supporter and no attack. So it's deck dependent. Depending on what deck you've been playing, that's when things change. You know? All right, so having that Dwebble on the bench basically healed my Soul Rock or my Crustle of 70 damage, right? Like that was not a threat. They used resources. They're giving up a Soul Rock, which they might have Lana's aid to get back 2 more Soul Rocks perhaps and a Night Stretcher. So I might have to deal with 5 Soul Rocks. It's completely fine. I definitely want to attach an energy this turn to the Munkidori, I think. So we're going to go ahead and Arven for the Vessel. What do I discard though? Probably should have just Artisan for the Dwebble. Alright, I'm gonna give up on the Pokégear. I have Lillie for next turn, and that's perfectly fine, I think. So, like, I'm gonna bench other Pokemon to give my opponent hope, but they shouldn't be able to win this. And I mean, sure, why not? Let's just attach to the Dwebble. Like, every time my opponent goes after a Dwebble, my Crustle doesn't get damaged, and they're not gonna be able to deal with this Crustle at this point, I don't think. So we're pretty safe. We are pretty safe here. Man, it's cold. It's so cold here in Mexico right now. Like, I know it's probably cold, way colder in other places, but like, houses in Mexico are not built to withstand super cold temperatures. So yeah, that's annoying. All right, so here's something else that I need to consider. Like, clearly, wow, is that a 3rd raw Soul Rock? That's a 3rd raw Soul Rock, okay. Which I don't hate, honestly, but that's a 3rd raw Soul Rock. Not very common. Like, houses in Mexico are not built for these extreme pressure. It's not an extreme temperature, but it's definitely not built to withstand this huge ice. Lazar, ¿de qué parte de México soy? Soy de la Ciudad de México. Aquí vivo, aquí resido. Ciudad de México, en su casa. ¿Tú de qué parte de México eres? O de dónde eres, más bien. Alright, balls onto a Dwebble. Perfectly fine by me, not a problem. That's 2 ghost effects gone. Okay, so, what I was gonna say is, honestly, at this point, I just need to pass. I don't even want to put damage on my opponent's side of the board, because that opens up the possibility of them having like Munkidori plus Soul Rock pressure can sometimes be a lot. So I'm just gonna pass. Like, I'm clearly gonna win by deck out. They have at most a Super Rod maybe to replenish their deck. like damage on the board, on their side of the board. I've won games where my opponent would just like attack with these sort of decks, and I was able to win because I had Munkidori in my Golden Gold build, right? I don't know if they have it or not, but because I don't know, why potentially open up a bench space after a knockout? Why? Yeah, they have 2 prizes on the bench on Munkidoris. Sure, go ahead and take them. You have no answer to the Crustle. You go boss again, that's perfectly fine. You're gonna take 2 more prizes, who cares? As long as they don't take the 6, that's all that matters. También de CDMX Lazar. Sí, caótica, pero bellísima. Alright, we see the superior. Sigo compitiendo para el mundial, Conrad. Pues no me ha ido bien esta temporada, la verdad. Sí, sigo compitiendo, sigo activo. Voy a competir en Mérida el próximo mes. Definitivamente, últimamente es más difícil para mí competir por todo lo del casteo y así, pero sí, sigo compitiendo. La temporada pasada quedé en 4º lugar de México. Y pues siendo comentarista de tiempo completo. Esta temporada no me ha ido tan bien en los 2 eventos que jugué, Monterrey y Buenos Aires. Y por una mudanza que voy a tener, no sé qué tanto tiempo tenga de jugar en el futuro. De eventos grandes, digamos. Pero por lo menos Querétaro, por lo menos Mérida sí voy a jugar. Lo demás no lo sé. Y pues como no he sumado en los otros 2 eventos, no sé si vaya a alcanzar la clasificación este año. Entonces sí sigo compitiendo. Eso siento yo que eso me hace un mejor comentarista. Pero esta temporada, porque no me fue bien en los torneos, ya me las vi un poco negras. Okay, I don't know if they're planning or something or what they are trying to do. When Arven for Secret Box, I want to put this Erosic in my hand. Like I want to use Erosic next turn, just in case. Sure, let's attach an extra energy. I mean, just in case, like, they have an Iono or something, and then the win just gets delayed, right? I don't want to spend more time in this game. And yeah, I was just answering in the chat. They asked me if I'm still competing for the World Championships, and I am. Yeah, I haven't done well this season in the 2 big events that I've played, which are Monterrey and... Oh, okay, well, there's something. There's a Cramorant. Ugh. I mean... Wow, they have Iono? Insane. Oh my god, here we go. Alright, maybe I got a little too complacent. They have Iono. I don't have a Dark to heal my Crustle. Dang it. Oh boy. Like, I have knockout, but if they stretch her back the cram, they can KO me. So I can't really attach this turn. I'm gonna get back the Dwebble, bench it, and I'm gonna Lillie. And I need to get a Dark Energy to heal? Or the other Ice Cream. Oh, I got Energy Switch. That's perfect. Oof. That was close. I was, yeah. So they had something, right? I was not expecting this. They did have something. They did have something. Once again, I'm not gonna leave damage on my opponent's side of the board. But yeah, like, I forced them into this by not attacking. Although, if I had attacked and taken more prizes, then the Cramorant wouldn't be able to attack me, right? That amount of Cramorant range, which doesn't put me safe. If they use Cramorant again... Ugh. If they use Cramorant again... Dang it, I drew really bad off the Lillie too. Ugh, I think I'm in trouble, guys. I think I'm gonna lose this. I'm actually gonna lose this. Because they had Iono too. That's insane. That's so ridiculous. They had Iono. I think I'm gonna lose. They're probably gonna be able to KO the Crustle. And they're gonna have one boss to KO the Munkidori on the bench. Wow. I'm actually going to lose this. I can heal. Oh, actually, never mind. They should only have one. Oh, I don't have the Munkidori. I can't heal 60. I have 30 HP left. I can't heal 60. If I go boss KO the Soul Rock, that doesn't matter. Like, it shuts down the Cramorant, but they just put back 2 more Soul Rocks. So what I will need is... No, I don't think I can win now. Wow. Insane. How do they have... They have Vitality, they have Super, they have Iono too. So crazy. Actually insane. This is actually insane. No ice cream. No ice cream, Rooney. Yeah, I think I lose. They can KO the Crustle, and then they should have one last boss's orders to KO Munkidori. If I had double Munkidori there, yeah, it was prized. Yeah, maybe I should have attacked. With double Munkidori, like, I mean, they had to cut something for the Iono and Cram. They will have a third boss. So, I guess my win condition is them not having the third boss. And this is insane. I mean, I guess I should have prioritized the monkeys more. I had one prize though, that's very unfortunate. Yeah. This is game for sure. They're gonna have, like, I need their last boss to be prized. That's the only win condition I have. Ugh. It has to be, right? Like, I have to Lana, get back the Crustle, the grass, whatever, and then they go boss KO monkey, and that's it. Ugh. I didn't. Yeah, the Cramorant. If I had bosses in hand, right, before the Iono, like, you never see an Iono coming off a Golden Go. Like, that's insane that they had it. That's ridiculous that they had Iono. Bro. What? How is this real life? If I could choose my starting hand, my win rate in Pokemon TCG would be at least 80%. At least. Alright, so we're up against a Charizard deck. Optic Psyduck, that's very nice. I'm gonna grab these two, leave the energy variety for Crispin. Lots of supporters available. I'm gonna bench the Psyduck. I don't want to run into, like, any annoying shenanigans. I have Crispin for next turn to start pressuring, which is really nice. And sure, let's start establishing Munkidoris. Let's go Ascension. Into the Crustle. It could hit me 440, right? That would be understandable. See the Charmeleon, which does 100 damage. I'm safe from that, at least for now. There's a Pidgey. And life goal for 40. Okay, that's fine. So they haven't played a supporter. Arven doesn't do much for me at this point. like, I'm not super happy about establishing a second Dwebble. Like, that could delay my setup quite a bit, but it is what it is. I do have the jet right now. So I grab these. I'm going to attach the grass to the active. Then I could knock out the charm. That better. If I knock out the Charmander, what threatens me? Candy Dusknoir? No, Candy Dusknoir doesn't threaten me. Kind of like playing it a little bit more passively. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe I should just go aggression, aggression, aggression. But this, like, this stops any further aggression, right? From my opponent. Like, if they attack me, then they just lose their Pidgey for no reason. And by not taking a prize card, I don't expose myself to a potential Chi-Yu. My goodness. Oh my. This does 120 damage. So they don't. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Healing. Healing just saved me big time. Healing just saved me big time. If I had knocked out the Charmander, they could have gone Arven Ultra for Charizard into the Chi-Yu. Okay. So, like, we're not out of danger yet, but we're getting somewhere. Okay. We're gonna establish the monkey. Okay, that Chi-Yu is annoying for sure. It's gonna be less of a threat off of this. Can I afford? I don't think I can secret box here. Just gonna go ahead and find these two, find Pokégear for later. Establish second monkey. And sure, I have energy. This 40 could actually work out to where boss Chaos Pidgeot. But I couldn't deny the Pidgeot, so that's fine. Okay, we see the Ultra Ball. Goodbye Dusclops and Ultra Ball. There's a Pidgeot, so that's gonna give my opponent a lot of room. So that's it. Like, the bad part of not applying pressure is that your opponent eventually will top deck out of what they are, like what they have. They'll eventually find supporters, so we're definitely gonna play a full game. There are 6 prizes on board right now for my opponent. I might have overbenched a little. But, I mean, it's dealing with the Crustle. That's the difficult part, right? Or should be the difficult part. For them, at least. Okay, so they power up the Chi-Yu. They're just gonna straight up attack. Discard the Artisan. Do they have a boss? No, they're just gonna attack. 240. Oh, wait. Oh, so... Oh, wait, they could have done this, no? Oh, because they attached energy to Charmander. I think that's why they couldn't. Okay, so Double Munkidori is looking pretty good here. Onto the Duskull, I want to say. Like, it might come to a point where I stop attacking again. Like, they're eventually going to go after my Munkidoris. So I don't want them to... I want their resources for Dusknoir to be, like, exhausted at that point. So, an extra energy. We got the Jumbo Ice Cream as well, just in case. Like, they need to get back the Chi-Yu, right? That's the only way. And a Stadium. So I need Stadium plus Chi-Yu to knock out my Crustle. If they do, however, that's pretty bad. If they do get that, then we're in trouble. Victor. I can do that for you if you want, but yeah. You can't right click. I think there is like some Twitch overlay thing that does that. But I don't have that installed. But yeah. That's pretty funny, Victor. Okay, so they got back the Chi-Yu and the energies. They played Lillie for 8, so if they get Chi-Yu, oh my god. No way. No way. No way. Come on. Attach return, no candy Charizard. No candy Charizard. Okay. It's definitely boss time. I do want to start getting another Crustle ready. My opponent's being extremely aggressive. I have the boss for the Chi-Yu. And then let's go. I mean, this is probably getting rare candy. Well, I mean, I forced the rare candy, right? Yeah. I'm gonna force the rare candy Charmander. And I'm not gonna take another prize card. Like, I have the prize card on the body technically for free eventually. But I don't want to grab it just yet in case they go Iono at some point. This is ladder or a tournament? This is ladder. This is just the ladder. Yeah, this Chi-Yu, like, I've thought about like playing like double Vitality Band in Charizard. I feel like it could help reach some interesting numbers, and then this Chi-Yu is a lot better than the other one. You're limited by your stadiums, so you might want extra stadiums, but alright, there's a Super Rod. Here we go again. Here we go again. I need an... If they whiff Candy Charizard, have they Quick Searched yet? They have not. Okay, so they're probably gonna get it this time around. And they don't. Okay, that's fantastic. I mean, yeah, because now I'm fully healed, and now the Chi-Yu doesn't KO me. And I got Crispin. Great. Okay, so I have double knockout here, down to one prize card. So if I leave the Crustle powered up, I should be fine. Yeah. 8 attacks. I have Crispin to power it up. I am trying to win. I can't convince you otherwise. Fair. Alright. Well, we're up against Ceruledge. Ceruledge, can we... Oh. And they have Megalopony. Oh, wait. No. Wait, what? What the heck am I up against? Ceruledge with Megalopony? That's that Crustle counter? Oh my god. I'm actually up against that? Seriously? With a dead hand, of course, to go along with it, so... Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wait, why would you not... Okay. That's a lot of cards drawn on turn 1. 25 cards left in the deck. 22 now. That is crazy. 20 now. What? Calm down, friend. They're not hesitating either. They're just going bam, 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 bam. And do they not know what Crustle does? Or did they prize their thing? Or are they just gonna get the targeted and establish the bunny? Oh, okay, okay. I was like, what the heck is happening here? No creo que se pueda definir un mejor deck. I mean, sí creo que Gardevoir es el deck que más atención atrae, ¿no? Claramente. Pero no creo que sea el mejor deck porque tiene debilidades pues claras, ¿no? Entonces no lo definiría así como tal. Okay, they very confidently went into the Buneary knowing it's safe, right? They can run around next turn if they don't have the stretcher. 17 cards left is ridiculous. Lunar Cycle, Stretcher Energy does not seem outrageous at all for them this turn. Ultra Ball, do they play 2? Megalopony? Wow. What the... Bro. Wow. How am I supposed to win when people are playing this on the ladder. Like, seriously. How am I ever supposed to win when they play a 2-2 Mega Lopunny in their Steroledge EX deck? What? Si estás buscando algún producto o carta de Pokémon, puedes encontrarlo en hyperbeamcards.com y utiliza el código tablemon para un 5% de descuento en tu compra.